Tonight, gathered around a fire of smokeless wood and dried sagebrush, we gather again as Jawn to partake in a fellowship of conversation and enlightenment. The bells at the ends of our slippers will jingle, and the whiskers of our mighty beards will tremble. Even though our eyes may appear glazed and unfocused when translated through the digital process, in reality, we will be laser-focused and committed to reaching the point of truth, the moment of understanding, the top of the summit. And for the price of a cup of coffee, you can gather around and add your thoughts and harsh remarks to keep us in line and not too full of ourselves. Join us tonight if you can. The fire will be warm, the dogs will be friendly, and the vibe will be peaceful. Please leave your guns at the door and keep your boots on the floor. Anyone who presents a valid public library card gets in for free, by the way. Seats will be available on a first-come, first-served basis. Please stay awake and don't get all jittery and antsy to the point that you disturb those seated near you during the performance. No rain checks.
Three little frogs sitting on a log. One of them fell in. One frog said to the other frog, well, you better go get her. Two little frogs sitting on a log. One of them fell in. Last little frog, he sat and thought, good thing make him swell. Jabber Jawn, Jabber Jawn, Jabber Jawn, Jabber Jawn. Three little frogs sitting on a log. One burst into a grin. One frog said to the other frog, wonder what's got into him. Two little frogs sitting on a log. One laughed until he is red. Last little frog, he sat and thought, must have been something I said. Jabber Jawn, Jabber Jawn, Jabber Jawn, Jabber Jawn.
There you go, boys.
Are we live? We're live. Oh my goodness. Hello, welcome to Jabber Jawn. I'm Nathan Moore.
I'm Kyle Hogg. How you doing? I'm Steve Moore.
Good to see everybody out there.
Yep, been a while.
It's been too long. It's good to see you too. I'm not saying you're wrong and I'm right. I'm not saying you're chained and I'm free. I'm not saying... Oh no, I forgot the words.
Where's Heather?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying... Yeah, cover me. I'm not saying you're wrong and I'm right. I'm not saying you're chained and I'm free. I'm not saying my way leads to the light and yours to a place you can't see. But my eyes have seen the sight of the angel of delight. Man, she's as pretty as can be. And she said she thought it all over, inside and out. And tonight she's dreaming about me. So there, take that. Yeah, I'm not saying I'd beat you in a fight. I'm not saying come clean and we'll see. I'm not saying we're playing with Ben Franklin's kite. I'm not saying that love is the key. But my eyes have seen the the sight of the angel of delight. Man, she's as pretty as can be. And she said she thought it all over, inside and out. And tonight she's dreaming about me. So there, take that. Hit it. Oh, I'm not saying that a new day is breaking, that every soul will be marching in the street. And I know you're not saying, at least I hope you're not saying, that you have no respect for the meek. But my eyes have seen the sight of the angel of delight. Man, she's as pretty as can be. And she said she thought it all over, inside and out. And tonight she's dreaming about me. So there, take that. Yeah, stick the landing.
Alrighty.
That's a trick out there, kids. No matter what version of the song or that you ever do, if you can just make the ending nice and tight, everybody will clap and forget all about all the stuff that happened earlier.
Basically, they'll be glad it's over.
Just stick the landing. Stick the landing.
Stick that landing, they're just glad to hit the ground. Get back alive again.
Mm-hmm.
I know that feeling.
Welcome, everybody. Oh, we already got a nice little gaggle of folks hanging out in the chat room. Got Heather in there. Hello. And she came in with the lyric I needed. God's watching. That's good to know. Good to see you too. Welcome all. You know, that singing that song reminded me of, this might be something we've talked about before, but the idea of
Most things are.
yeah, at 114 episodes, we've come full circle many times. But the back in the day when you would make a record and you included the lyrics, the lyric sheet. One of my favorite things in a record is reading the lyrics along with the song. But you get to a song like that and you're putting out the record and you're typing out the lyrics to for people to read along to, and you get to nye. How do you spell that?
NEE-YEH.
YEH. Yeah, that's not bad. That would work.
That would be the way I would do it.
Hired.
Yeah. Well, you know who invented that lyric sheet would be, besides Gershwin back in that day, but in popular music, it'd be Bob Dylan.
That was like the advent
He was
of
the first one that wanted you to read all this stuff.
Right.
Or try to read it. Anyway.
That's why his records weigh so much.
Yeah,
It's
there
just
were
the
like
lyric
3
sheet in there.
pages of lyrics.
It is fascinating how different his writing was compared to all the songs that came before him. It's really hard
and
to
after,
find.
I think to make it the most remarkable is before and after.
Mm-hmm.
He's been very unique in that.
But a lot of people
way.
emulated him.
Yeah,
He
but
definitely-
nobody pulled it.
Yeah, nobody.
Nobody pulled it off.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true.
I mean, the people that were popular did their own style, but his creativity, it was that combination of poetry and music that it's just hard to do one or the other.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But you try to you look through the history of music to anything similar to that before him. It's just not, you're not going to find it. It's so interesting.
No, he took off on his own. I mean, he started off like Woody Guthrie. You can look back to Woody, but Woody's songs were as simple as they could be.
As simple as they could be.
So Dylan took off from there and landed on another planet.
Mm-hmm. It's sort of fascinating that, because what he did wasn't that. It was a revelation to everybody, but it wasn't that radical. He wasn't abstract. He just was like, why not make this more poetical? Why not do more poetry in these song forms? It seems like a no-brainer to a certain extent, but it's.
Well, you got the feeling he wasn't trying to prove anything. It was just it was just something was coming out of him. That creativity was all his, and that's pretty much stood the test of time.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about lyrics before I burst into tears.
Why are you going to burst into tears?
Because it's something you wrote. Ooh, I can't even read this.
Why don't we go to commercial?
I don't even know if I have the lyrics correct, 'cause I only heard it one time and I wrote it down.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, you can read it.
No, I want you to read it. You can do it.
I can't sing it. And I don't even know this is exactly what you wrote. And I don't even know what the song was. It was on one of the CDs. He didn't have any songs. But this is so beautiful. I mean, if it's as good as anything Dylan ever wrote. When a woman cuts your hair, she ties a little ribbon there. And the ribbon that she ties is invisible to other eyes. That's beautiful, man.
No, thank you.
Damn, I didn't know that's where that was going.
I mean, it's about a simple little thing of cutting hair, but God, it's like the whole romance of life right there. That's in like 4 little lines. That captures so much.
I wrote that after Brad's girlfriend cut my hair on a ferry on the way to Nantucket. And it was on the back of the boat, and she was just cutting my hair and throwing it into the water there. And then when we landed on the island, I was a new man.
Oh, man.
And I looked at myself in the mirror, and it was probably the first time in my life that I was like, I'm handsome. Like, I just never really felt that it was something. She just made me a new man.
That's great. That's a great story.
Oh, that is a great story.
And I never had that haircut again. I don't even know. I don't know what that was. That was some magic. She cast a spell.
Where you really captured it good in those lines.
That's nice.
And the ribbon that she ties is invisible to other eyes. Oh.
But you can always feel it there when a woman cuts your hair.
Oh my God. It's just,
I was really nervous there for a second because, like, more often than not, it's so funny how often this happens. But back when I would tour and stuff, I'd be at a festival or something, somebody would come up and be like, you know, one of your lines really had a profound effect on me. And almost 9 out of 10 times they're about to misquote me. They which is such a fascinating thing. They heard what they needed to hear, and it wasn't what I originally wrote. And it's at least 50-50. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but it is funny how often, because I cringe. I'm like, all right, you're about to recite one of my songs completely wrong.
What's so funny is when I heard it, I was actually texting with somebody, and I texted it to her, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is one of Nathan's things." And then when CD, I was like, "I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna play it again." I was like, "Oh my God, I can't even. I don't even want to hear it." It was almost the same thing. It hit me in such a way, like I don't want to think that like maybe what you really is that what you really saying?
Yeah.
I was like, man, I don't want to ruin it if he sang something else and I just heard it wrong. I was like, I got
this is nice. What I wrote is really nice.
Oh my God! Now, what's the name of that song?
When a Woman.
Oh my God!
Can you do it?
What's that?
Can you do it right now?
Or I could end with it.
I'd like to hear it right now.
Steve, why does that? Have you ever been moved to tears by one of Nathan's songs?
Not for about 2 weeks. He got me down there at that live concert you did at the Blackfriars.
The debut of Noof Manoosh.
Yeah, I was crying when you were singing to Elliot.
Oh,
There was no doubt. I had my sister next to me, and I was crying like a baby.
oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Elliot.
But not before then? Saying not before then?
Not before then?
No, not.
No, not since then.
Yeah,
Oh, not
not in the last 2 weeks.
Oh, not in the last
He got me in the last 2 weeks.
This is always one of my mother's favorite songs. This is one of the old ones.
When a woman cuts your hair, she ties a little ribbon there. And the little ribbon that she ties, it's invisible to other eyes. But you can always feel it there. When a woman cuts your hair, when a woman calls your name, it never again quite sounds the same. And all through your running years, it rings that way in your ears. And you want to hear it again and again. When a woman calls your name, and when a woman touches you, then there's nothing you can do. That part of you has been told, it's been touched and turned to gold. Even if you didn't want it to, when a woman touches you. Hides her eyes, then something deep inside you dies. Gets there like a knife. Apologize, apologize. There's no starvation so denied. 'Cause when a woman
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was fun. Thank you.
That's a beautiful.
Sorry about my mic tapping on the guitar, Lex. I was trying to sit weird to get it away from it. It was all down in there, wasn't it?
Move it above your button and
Yeah.
it's really good.
All right, let's do that again. We'll fix it in post.
Take two.
Take two. You two are fined. The rhythm was off.
I kind of like this request night thing happening right now.
Lex is telling us a story when we were firing up about Fela Kuti and how they would play a groove for like an hour, and if anybody in the band changed the groove in any way, they were fined, and some guys would get fined several times in the course of that hour, wouldn't make any money that night. And it's just sort of a fascinating story, but it is sort of interesting. Like the two places I've seen it, and I know there's more, but this is an example. But old time music here in Appalachia, you ever been to an old time jam?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the difference between old time and bluegrass?
Not really.
Old time is better.
Lex likes old time better.
I just love its quirkiness, but keep going.
Mm-hmm. Well, the other place I've seen it is drum circles, but the thing that makes them different, a different genre of music, is they have to be. No one ever takes a lead in old time music. There's usually a couple fiddles, and they're playing this melody, and everybody's playing the same melody, and and it's exactly like Fela Kuti to a certain extent. It's meditative and it's a trance. And the moment anyone starts to shine, you're starting to play bluegrass because there's no ego in old time. If anybody rises above anybody else, that's not what's happening here. If you're in a drum circle and all of a sudden someone's like all of a sudden they start to shine, you're ruining it for everybody because that's not what's happening here. You're letting your ego drive, and this is all about a process of parting with that ego and transcending and getting to a higher plane. But it's very difficult, especially for a fevered ego like myself. Like, I have no idea how to even participate. It's completely against my nature. You put me in any of those scenarios and my instinct is to shine, and that is just not what's happening there. Isn't that interesting? But if you go to an old time jam, whereas bluegrass, like, everybody takes a lead. The fiddle takes a lead, then the dobro takes a lead, and it's their chance to shine. You'll never see that in old time. No one will ever get a lead.
That's interesting.
It is interesting.
I didn't know that.
And it's long. It's long. They're not like short. Like, they get into it for like more than 3-4 minutes. You know, it could go on, and it's so repetitiously meditative for some of those parts. But that's the thing. That's the anchor of it. And everyone's got their own little anchor that they got to set. And that's how it goes for 10 minutes. And if you break, because I remember, you know, we would play with Ethan. He would kind of get us going on some of that old time stuff. And
Colby's really big into it.
Colby too, and they're really, really fun songs to play once you get the pattern of the song, how it goes. Because to a listener, I think it might sound super linear, like it's not really doing anything, but it really is. There's a lot of complexity to it, to some of these songs, and they're just really, really fun songs to play once you learn them. But you know, if ever I would like deviate or whatever, or try to you know, embellish in any way, especially on bass, like, I'd always get dirty looks from Ethan.
All of a sudden you
He'd be like, no, that's not what you do with this.
You like get kicked under the table kind of thing. Honey, not right now.
That's all very interesting. It explains us a few things, but you know, the other thing is that there's a lot of people that are not on the inside of that and are listening to it, and after about 8 minutes, it's boring.
Yeah,
because they're not doing it.
You're not gonna just like sit on the side of a drum circle and be like, oh this is my jam right
I'm
here.
not being critical.
Oh, y'all are doing a drum circle? I'm coming.
I love a good drum circle.
I love a good drum circle.
Although certain types of night, in certain situations, a drum circle, you could stay there forever, right? You know what I'm talking about out there.
There's like those sort of classical, I don't know what those musicians, like Steve Reich will do like sounds of trains, and he just plays piano like the same thing over and over and over, and the CD is like an hour long, just and you just sit there and you're like, just get it so into it, you're like, oh my gosh, really cool.
Did you ever go through a meditation phase back in the day? Did you ever try in earnest to transcend?
Yes. I've read all the books on Zen Buddhism.
I know you did.
I went through all that and tried. It would put, you know, if you were listing things you were good at and things you're not good at, meditating would be something I'm not good at. But, you know, that's not true. Because I can sit out on my porch for an hour just watching a squirrel.
Right.
And at a certain point, you're not watching a squirrel anymore. You're meditating.
Right.
It's just letting your body get. But to try to consciously do it with a mantra or something like that, I guess I felt like I was being dishonest to myself, because that's just not my way of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's somebody else's way. But so yes and no.
Right. I can completely relate to all that. I feel like I
Yeah.
got that inability from you.
Yeah, well, you know, the whole thing is they say quiet your mind,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a lot of trouble with that.
Yeah.
My mind is always creating little messes,
Right.
just runs around making little puddles here and there, and
You have to
then I
clean up.
go.
You have to clean up those messes, or
I have
just
to
learn
go
to live
around.
with
The
them?
other guy,
Right.
one of the other guys in here, has to come around and clean it up. And it takes a day. I don't
How
know.
about you? You ever earnestly tried to meditate?
I do with music a whole bunch. I've got like a bunch of Gregorian chant albums and
There you
you
go.
know, like the Chinese monks that just and chant and stuff. I don't know if I actually really try to, but I'll be sitting there, you know, ate a gummy or something, and then later I'm like, oh, the CD has been quiet for like 10. You just realize how long's the
You're
music
like,
been
"What? I
off?
transcended by accident. Whoops! I'm enlightened. Dang! Didn't even see that coming.
When did the music end? I've been hearing it in my head. It's like the sun's up there.
Yeah, that happened to me the other night, but it ended up I just had to go to the bathroom. real bad. Got confused.
I saw a meme the other day that was like, remember back for that hot second in the 90s when everybody was into Gregorian chants? And I was like, oh my God, I was like, I resemble that remark. Like,
And that's all.
I really, I really thought I was in a very elite club there. How many memes have dispelled that myth in my life? Like, oh, I thought I was unique. It's a meme how unique I thought I was. Everybody.
You hate to end up being a meme. don't
Yeah,
you?
you really do.
A lot of that religious type music, the older type religious music, has that. I guess you go to church back in a long time ago, and you want to get caught up and just forget about how tired you were and how hard you had to work, and just getting that you just lose yourself for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. The quick plug, it also will tie into the conversation a little bit, but Noof Manoosh is making our second worldwide debut at a benefit for the food bank at Stone Church on December 7th. And Molly's going to be there. Apparently the band that was going to play with us, Lex, has had to pull out because of an illness in the band or something. So we'll have to see what happens with that.
There's Stone Church,
But
is that a local place?
Stone Church is a beautiful church.
Oh my goodness.
You know.
Verona, Fort
Augusta
Defiance.
Oh my goodness.
Am I saying that right?
Fort Defiance.
Fort Defiance.
Right there in Fort Defiance.
Beautiful.
Oh,
a
up there,
really
like,
old
on the-
church.
Yeah,
Oh
on
yeah,
the left.
I've been to a wedding there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so that's December 7th. I think that's a Sunday.
Write it
But
down.
we've
I
been.
think I got married there.
I was going to
the
say.
Stone Church?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't
thought
remember,
that was the
I
place.
can't remember which one.
So they
I
got
remember that. That was when me, Eric, and Travis tried to fake Bigfoot photos in the woods. I had one of those old cameras with actual film in it, and so Eric was the big one. So we sent him through the woods, and I tried to take a blurry picture of him to try to convince everybody we saw Bigfoot, and I had photographic evidence.
Is that
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
you used to flash that on the wall with Gregorian chants playing on it. There's Bigfoot. Ah.
But doing a deep dive into, looking at all the holiday songs for picking out which ones we're gonna do, and I've always loved Christmas music. I have a soft spot for it. But I'm looking at the date of all these, and really, like in the middle of the 1800s is when almost all of the ones that we know, like all the big, not like Frosty the Snowman, but the real like. But the real,
religion.
oh holy night, the stars, and it just struck me the other night. I was like, man, that was like a what's a high point in something? What's the word I'm looking for?
Acme.
Pinnacle.
Pinnacle. Yeah, it was like a pinnacle. that of that kind of expression. Like I can't even conceive of somebody writing a song like that today, which is interesting because why do y'all think I'm right about that? And if I am, why would that be? Why would no one write us? I guess, I mean, beyond trying to be stylish, it's just interesting that I don't know if people don't feel like that anymore, or you just wouldn't express it like that because genres and styles have changed, or
Yeah, it's a good, interesting idea. One thing I'd say, it's a lot of it's traditional, and when you put out a new song, I saw Mama kissing Santa. It's not traditional,
right.
but it can be good. But it'll come and go. But those that back then, they were probably transported church to church and slowly around, and everybody in that time grew up with the same ones.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's one of it. Part of the answer is the lack of diversity.
Mm-hmm.
But once you got a good one, they passed it around to the different churches, I bet, very quickly.
And it is true, like that any new song today wouldn't have that gravitas of just the history and the tradition that comes with those other songs.
Yeah.
It's almost like why try to?
Right, exactly. But we have lost a lot of those traditions.
Mm-hmm.
We're not hanging up stockings like we used to.
Right.
So
Right.
a lot of people are there saying, "What's that all about?" You know. So, but that's part of that traditional Christmas music. Just makes it the time of year. It's like nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
We all like nostalgia, which is an ugly word, isn't it?
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
Nostalgic.
It's a lot uglier word than it means, but it sounds like something would come out of your nose.
It is something. It sounds very scientific or something.
I don't know. Forget that. I didn't mean to say that.
One of y'all left your nostalgia over here. It's all over the floor.
Don't be coming here with all your nostalgia.
Percy got into it.
Guys, listen. Last night I had to go to the ER. My nostalgia burst.
I might have nostalgia.
I think I strained my nostalgia.
I went home. My wife was getting all nostalgic. I had to rush her to the ER. I was like, "Get in the car, baby. Come on. I'm feeling nostalgic. What's wrong? My wife's feeling nostalgic." Oh.
My wife's feeling nostalgic. ER. Gotta hit.
Get a stretcher out here. Get a stretcher.
Ryan, welcome to the show. Gee, good to see you. Magpie, what do y'all want us to talk about? We are completely up for anything here. All's fair.
Now remember, we only had it once, but he had the idea we were going to discuss things that.
All right.
We weren't
Did you bring
allowed
us
to
a new
discuss.
humdinger for the new segment?
I had one and I forgot it, and I mean I don't have one off the top of my head. Most of the ones I was thinking about are sexual in some way. So I don't know if we want to go there right off the bat or not. But
You're just getting nostalgic again.
now that's exactly right.
It's the diagnosis. Well,
One more trip to the good old days. Well, we talk about two things out there. We talk about the good old days and what the hell's wrong with us today. And that about covers all the conversations I'm having these days. So there you go.
you know, it's forever really hard to tell whether or not we romanticize our younger days, or because there's always that tendency, like, today isn't as good as it used to be, and there's that tendency, like, oh well, you're just romanticizing your glory days or whatever. But at a certain point, maybe times are not as good, and that observation gets dismissed as, especially if an older person says it, you just get accused. Like if I say music today isn't as good as it used to be, like, oh well, you're not young enough to appreciate it, which is valid. Like that's valid, because that happens all the time. On the other hand, if we're going through like a cultural slump, I feel like you have to be young to even be respected in your observation of that. I'm saying this. Last night I heard a lady. It was actually Justine Bateman, who played Mallory on Family Ties, and is now a director. And she was just eviscerating movies these days.
Oh wow!
In what way?
And I thought, well, I guess her observation was that the big movie companies are no longer making films for individuals, but for streaming platforms and for like Amazon and Apple and stuff like that. She was even basically saying that they're making movies now to not even really entertain you, but in such a way, like they're assuming that you're going to be on your phone and distracted, like you're not this captive audience that we used to be. We used to be, if we watched a movie, we were us in that movie, and that's all there was. This is one of like 10 things she said, but it was I just thought it was maybe interesting or whatever, that the motivations behind films these days are different. Like they're competing with your phone and your distraction levels, and just want to make something that you don't cut off or doesn't distract you from your distractions, or like.
It's funny, I was reading sort of the same thing about music. How you used to put an album on, and you had to sit there. Well, you could walk around, but most of the time you would sit there for whatever 17 or 20 minutes, and that was the thing. Now you can walk around with your phone, your earbuds, and all that stuff. You're not really focused anymore. Same type of thing. Like, I mean, at the movie, or even like if you're watching a movie at home, your phone beeps, and you look down, you text somebody, oh, what they say? What did I miss? You know, you're not entranced by it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, movies used to like take you away, like you were basically in the back seat of the car as they were riding or whatever, you know. He's right behind you, he's gonna stab you. No, you were right there. Now it's like you're sort of. Man, I had a really. I shouldn't talk about all the times I get high, but we were watching a movie last weekend, and I don't have like a huge screen TV, but it's like a pretty big. And I was sitting there, and I was like, I said to Stephanie, I was like, oh my God, that just looks like a drive-in movie theater. And I couldn't even look at it. I thought for sure it was at a drive-in theater. And she's like, and she was laying down, had her head on my lap. She sat up, she's like, oh my God, I see it too. We were both, like, we couldn't even really look at it. I was like, God, it's not really a drive-in movie theater, is it? It just looked like we were at a drive-in. It drove me.
Where were you?
Just sitting on the sofa, but the screen turned into a drive-in theater. Like,
I gotta correct you. I don't understand. I've never been to a drive-in theater where I watched a movie. what the hell are you talking about?
Oh, because you're making out? Is that what's going on?
You're making out with a woman with her head in your lap and telling me you think it's a drive-in movie.
We were watching it.
There you go.
And
That makes sense
but all
to
of a
me.
sudden, like, everything around me just went, it was like a field behind it. And I was just like, God. And the TV is like, not even as far away as Lex is, but it looked like it was like, 40 feet away, this huge screen. And I couldn't even look at the TV. I was like, God, make it stop looking like a drive-in movie theater. Then I'd look again and be like, oh my God, I can't be looking at that.
But she saw it too.
Yeah, she sat up. She's like, oh my God, I see it too. I see what you're talking about.
How romantic is that?
Did y'all have the same gummies?
I think we did. Yeah.
I think y'all were dealing with a
Swaby's in the house. Good to see you.
Now.
Oh, what we
That's pretty
doing?
impressive.
Oh, David, welcome to the show. Nathan, please come back to High Sierra Music Festival. New location, Grass Valley. That is very, very exciting. Heather says, Kyle, you got to hook me up with some of that.
I mean, just
I
so,
just think it's so sweet that Stephanie saw it too.
it was very nice.
Yeah, that's true love. Or
That's true love right there.
Oh my gosh. There was such a weird feeling. Like, God, that thing's like. If I wanted to walk over there, I'd have to walk by like 15 rows of cars to get to the screen.
So I believe we talked about this a few weeks ago. We talked about your cat, right?
I got
don't
to meet
remember.
it finally. Meet him.
You've seen it? I haven't even seen it.
It was laying in his lap when I was over there.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I got a
See,
picture
that's
of
what I
it.
want to talk about because when we talked about it before, see, Joe and Hunter found this abandoned. Someone. This happens pretty often out there actually because they live at the end of a gravel road out in the country, and it'll probably at least once a year somebody drives down that gravel road and releases some kind of animal.
Not cool, guys.
Wouldn't you say that's that?
It happens.
It happens.
It
Yeah.
happens.
No numbers attached to it, but it's a this cat. They heard the car come down. They heard something happen, and the door's shut, and the car goes away, and suddenly there's this little cat, and they took it in for a couple of days and decided that it wasn't going to get along with their cat, and it was a little squirrely. So Dad, surprising all of us, was like, "Well, I'll let it stay here for a couple of days, see what happens." And I'm pretty sure that when we talked about this cat for the first time on the show, it had come into Dad's house and just vanished, like it was hiding in the basement, or you would never see it. Dad would be like, "Well, it ate some of the food, so it's still here, and I guess it's doing okay." Well, just about a week ago, Dad sent a picture to all of us of this cat on his lap, and I just was beside myself with curiosity and excitement for this budding relationship between you and this
Well,
thing.
we're still together. We're not a couple, but we.
But she is cutting his hair.
Are you like canceling things with friends because you have cat responsibilities?
No, no.
But it was so sweet. He was laid back in his chair, and she was standing with her feet on like the arm, and he was just petting her head for a
Oh,
while.
my
Then she
goodness.
got up and laid down
She
with
likes
him.
to have her head.
So it's a she.
Well, she is until somebody tells me he's got balls. Nobody can look under there yet and see. Until I've had 2 or 3 people look, but when they're young, but she acts like a woman. I don't know where that's going. I'm sorry. But we're getting along. I like. Yes, we're. It's okay. She's not over possessive. I don't like dogs that are just all over you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But so she's learned. She doesn't need to be in my lap more than an hour a day. She'll come
An
up.
hour a day? That's
Well,
pretty
she'll
good.
come up and she'll get comfortable, and then I'll rub her head for
Does
about
she purr?
10 minutes. Not purr, but she meows when she wants to get up or to ask me if I want to get up. But she's learned if I'm eating food, she doesn't bother me.
Uh-huh.
So we got rules, and I have my door to my bedroom where I go up in the afternoon, do my reading and everything. I never let her in that room, so it's my private time. She's taken over the library. She has a little chair in there, and she just lays there and waits for me. And then when I
Oh,
come
my
out,
goodness.
she comes out. But so she sees me for what I am, the guy that gives her food. She understands. I don't think there's any love lost, but.
I doubt that.
Well, she does like to have her head rubbed.
Yeah, I was
so.
going to say.
And she
She
does
doesn't
give
need
me credit for giving her food. She knows she. So
It's a pretty big deal.
It is a big deal,
Yep.
yeah. And water, so I give her some water to. But yeah, she's doing okay.
Christmas time, he's gonna be out there buying all the cat toys and stuff. Look at her in this little outfit I got.
Yeah, we now know what to get you for Christmas, which is huge. That hadn't been true for years. You
It's
know,
a little bell on a string. Look at him play with her.
She stay inside the whole time?
What's that?
Does she stay inside?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hadn't been out yet. And I don't, I'm not
You
going
gonna
to
keep it that way?
I'm not going to have an outdoor cat. I'm not going to let my bird friends pay the price.
That's a good point.
But she's a hunter, and I think she's catching the mice, and I think she's down the maws now. She's jumping up.
She's
in the air
gone
trying
through
to
the
catch-
mice.
I think she's got rid of the mice for now, but she likes to hunt.
Did she ever bring you a mouse?
Not yet.
Not yet.
We're not at that relationship point yet.
Guys, Jane ever told you this? Jane has like that cat door, and they'll bring like live animals in and drop it on their bed while they're sleeping, and they wake up and like a mole or a mouse or something, or a bird laying in the bed flopping around.
Yeah, I wouldn't like
They
that
come
at
through.
all.
If you have a cat door or something, they can freely come and go. It gets pretty interesting.
Nah, I'm not going to do that.
Gosh, I can't wait to meet this cat. But it's if you've seen it, so it's starting to really just.
It doesn't mind people from the very beginning. When somebody would come in, I thought they'd be hide from him, but they come right out. He comes right out.
What was funny is we were sitting there, he was in the chair and I was on the sofa, and I just was, it's almost like, I was just like petting it. I was like, God, I forgot you had a cat. It was like just sitting beside me and I was petting it. And then I was like just suddenly realized what I was doing. Like, you know, I was like, he's like, oh yeah, he must like you.
Maybe I can post that picture in Discord. Do you did you send it to us, or
I
did
just sent
Joe
it to you
send
again.
it? You sent it to me?
Well, I just sent it just now.
Oh, you sent it
a couple minutes ago.
Oh my goodness! Oh, look at him! Look at those eyes. All right, picture coming into Discord for those of you at home.
She's cool.
It's a good-looking cat.
Yeah, she's real cool. Wow.
Mosby.
Good job, Steve.
Mosby, the gray ghost.
That's a great cat.
Yeah, so far it's been pretty good.
She is cute.
Now this is something. Dad is such a bird lover that I feel like you've maybe I'm making this up, that you were very explicit that you would never have a cat.
Well, no, I never said that. I've had cats before.
That's why I took it back. But why do I have that?
Well, I'm not a cat person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't dislike cats. I like birds, and I just don't believe in letting your cat out there to kill all the birds in the neighborhood just for their fun.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even eat them. They just do it for practice. So it's not the cat's fault. That's what they do. They're carnivores.
You getting it? Catman.
Catman do.
Goes like Catman.
This is what the Catman do.
Is it Gene Vincent or
You're in trouble. You're getting in trouble now.
Gene? It's Gene Vincent or somebody. I think Catman. Oh, the Catman. It's a great song. Is that in the public domain yet?
Catman?
By Gene. I think it's Gene Vincent or Eddie Cochran. One of those people. I can't remember.
Oh no! Only stuff in the public domain is like before 1920.
Gosh, I didn't know it lasted that long.
Yeah, I didn't either.
And now people are getting way more savvy because you can now like pass the copyright down to the next generation of your family, and it renews.
Right.
So all that's going to be way different.
So I guess every year a new list of songs becomes available.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Happy Birthday just became available this year.
Wow.
All right, let's make some money on it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Before that, how did you have to use it?
It's funny because there's such weird rules. It's like the sign. Oh, it's not hanging up over here anymore. I used to have the sign from Marino's where they said only original music is played in here, because people there's such weird rules about like music in restaurants and establishments, and that's why like when you back in the day when you went to a restaurant and they came up and sang this song for your birthday, but it wasn't happy birthday to you. And you're like, oh my gosh, this place is so cool. They love their customers so much that they wrote their own happy birthday song for everybody. That's not why they did it. They did that because you would get fined if you sang happy birthday to you in an actual restaurant.
Thank you for having your birthday at Chili's. Thank you for having your birthday at Chili's.
I wonder if that's why all the restaurants that do sing happy birthday to you have to sing it differently. They all
With a lot of clapping.
they all have their own version.
Yeah,
It's
that's-
not
that-
traditional.
Yeah, that's why.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
That's it.
You used to work at Olive Garden?
More fresh bread, boy. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Oh my God.
Swaby says, good cat friend to have around through the winter. Such a nice feeling reading a book with a cat on your lap.
There you go.
Mm.
Well, there's also the study of behavior. I'm fascinated by why he does what he does, and
Mm-hmm.
watching him behave, and yeah, so it's interesting to be. I've been alone for a long time, so there's that aspect of
You're
it.
basically
too.
like Jane Goodall up in there. just
Yeah,
just
exactly.
becoming one with the cat.
Yeah.
Hey, John Dotson, welcome to the show.
Hi, John.
Have you ever seen? Oh gosh.
He says killing a cat in ancient Egypt was punishable by death.
Well, of course.
Of course.
It still should be. How dare you?
Of course. There's one law he's never questioned his whole life.
That makes.
Oh, what's
perfectly
the?
good
Have you
sense.
ever seen Life Aquatic? The Life Aquatic, that movie.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember it though.
Oh my God! There's a part at the end, because Bill Murray's the sea monster or whatever that thing kills his friend, and Bill Murray survives. And at the end, they're in that submarine, and the thing's out there, and Bill Murray's looking at it, and he gets all emotional. He goes, "I wonder if it remembers me." It's like, oh my God, such a because he has such a memory of that killing his friend, and he's like, I wonder if it remembers like I was the one that survived.
God, you were making me realize I don't remember this movie at all.
I need to see that again.
Oh my goodness.
That's a very emotional scene.
Yeah, I can see the outfits, but I can't remember the plot at all. All right. Chalk that up. That is one good thing about my memory not being great is I can after a little while I can just watch a movie again and I don't have any idea what's about to happen. I feel like there's so many movies from my younger days that I love that I could watch again now and it would be almost like a fresh experience.
I'm doing that with a lot of the television shows. It's really interesting because, when you watch that show, Wagon Train or anything, when I'm 12 years old, I saw a completely different show than watching it now.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just see, back then it was really interesting because they almost always had a moral.
Mm-hmm.
They always tried to teach you something. Even Sergeant Bilko, you think, Red Skelton, they always had like moral things going on.
Right.
And, there was also the history of that time of, women had their a certain place that wouldn't be acceptable today, but you didn't even notice it back then.
Mm-hmm.
When you're 12 years old, that's the way the world was.
Right.
Now you look back and say, well, the world was not really like that except on television.
Right.
Right.
And we were making up our world even then, but now you're watching a completely different thing,
Mm-hmm.
which is true of people too. A lot of you've been around, when you get around people, you've been around for a while. And like for example, for you, a lot of the people that know you when you were in California,
Mm-hmm.
and they know a certain side of you. Well, that was, first of all, you were younger, you had different priorities, you had different experiences, you were doing different drugs, you are a completely different person than you are today. But we all remember that person, and that's the person they're going to be dealing with when they say goodbye to you, unless they hang out with you again, or unless they watch Jabberjawn and see that you've
Didn't
changed.
change one bit.
Oh, basically the same.
But they'll still see some of the same things, which is always nice, you hope. But yeah, it's interesting to see how we change and the things change and the times change, and it's. But part of, when you go back to reading your novel, like I see all those books up in my library that that I read in the '70s, like you were just saying. I could read them now and it'd be a completely new thing. But part of that's not me forgetting. Part of me is being different.
Right, right.
So that was my point. I think I was trying to make that I didn't know.
One thing with getting old, I mean, I remember my dad, oh my God, look at that beautiful sunset. Look at those trees. I was like, God, oh man, that's the most boring shit I've ever seen. Now I can just sit outside and like, look at that tree. It's so, like, you don't, till you've lived, and it's not like I've experienced, I don't know what it is. You just appreciate the little things or something much more than you used to. Come on, I don't have time to look at a tree, let's get going,
So do you think that's because you're
lived.
closer to the end, and so you're starting to get a little bit more appreciative of how finite and short, or is it accumulated wisdom that enables you to see the
Well, I've always
beauty?
thought, I mean, I never even really thought about it the first way you said, well, that might be the truth. But I've thought about it, I've done enough.
Wait a minute. Let's back up a fucking minute. God, you just said closer to the end. Like, well, you're about ready to die.
Well, he is closer to the
Yeah,
end.
you're closer to the end. But what I really is saying, you're going to die soon. So, or does that affect the way you remember things?
better go out there and
when
look
you
at
know
those
you're going
trees.
to die soon. Good Lord, son.
No, but I think it's just when you slow down a little bit and you realize that things aren't there forever. Like that tree in 2 months from now is going to be bare. And you have this little bit of amount of time to enjoy that color.
Ah, that's well said.
Like
That's
so, you
that's
have
a good
to
answer.
take stuff in while you can. Not everything. You're not young,
It
and
might
everything's
not
going
come
to be
back
there
around
forever.
again.
Yeah.
Well said. I like that.
Granddad's line was always, "Can you believe that? Would you look at that? Look at that tree. Can you believe that?
Well,
Look
I
at
was
that
thinking about
sunset."
one of his that when you were saying that, the one example I had was that we would be watching a ball game on television, and he'd look up and they'd pan the crowd, and he'd always say, "Look at all those people." And now I find myself every night when they do that big panorama and they got all the cars on there, there's 50,000 people at the World Series. I'm saying, look at all those people. Exactly the same.
There is something beautiful about that. Just no matter what, just seeing all those people. There's just something
I love it.
life affirming about it. They've all gathered.
I love it. I loved the college games, and I realize that I'm celebrating the fact that many people can get together and act like complete idiots for like 4 or 5 hours is a wonderful thing. And it's good, that we can still do that.
Last Sunday, I got out of my comfort zone, and me and Lex's son Grayson and Saul all drove up and watched the Washington Commanders play from one of those box suites that Saul's old college roommate owns.
Cool.
And it was our
Which
Lex
game
and I's
was it?
second time doing it, so
What was
they
the
knew
game
us at
you
the
said?
door and everything. Like, "Oh, Mr. Moore, good to see you again. Just right this way." One of my favorite things about that suite is we get to enter the whole stadium through this VIP kind of entrance.
Oh, like
So
Very decorative with memorabilia and a timeline.
yeah, and you just feel like you're walking the red carpet or something. There's one of those little graphic walls where you can take your photo and stuff like that. But everybody's everybody treats you like VIP immediately,
Wow.
and because they don't know who we are, all they know is that we're on our way to the box
Right.
suite, and they might not recognize us, but we must be somebody.
Yep.
It's a good feeling.
But just think about how special that is. What, like in a year or two, the whole stadium's gonna be gone, right? Aren't they building the new stadium?
That's what they're pushing for. They're trying to
Yeah.
bring it back to DC, and it'll be closer to DC proper, close to the water, like right on the water somewhere. They got a site and everything. It's gonna
Yes,
be.
you'll be seeing stuff nobody else will ever see again.
I feel like that
That's pretty
stadium
cool.
is like so new though, but maybe it's old.
Yeah, it feels newish.
Maybe they'll do something else with it. Like I don't know.
It was
What-
it
what
was
the hell else
it
do you
was
do with
it was
that?
pretty sad. We had very very too good of seats to see Jaden Daniels'
Oh,
season
Uh,
ending injury,
right.
which I have still not Googled or whatever. I know there's,
Yeah, just stay away.
but it was like right
It was
in
it
front
was
of
so
us.
it was so close that I was like, when it happened, I was like, because there was like a crowd of people like on the field and the players kind of right after the thing, but right before that, I saw him try to get up, and I knew his arm looked weird, and I was like, guys, he hurt his arm. I think he hurt his arm, and then a bunch of other people were around him, and you couldn't tell, but we were that close. I was like, ooh, yeah. And if you see the injury
Yeah, it's
replay,
nasty.
it's pretty gross. But it turns out it's not as bad as what they thought. if
Oh,
you've
good.
Been keeping up. He dislocated his elbow. We'll keep it at that.
Okay.
But no ligament damage, no tears,
No
or
broken
anything.
bones.
No broken bones.
All right.
Yeah, seeing it on TV, it looked horrible.
So it's possible he'll even play it again.
Ryan says, I got super freaked out the other day watching Newhart and realizing I'm older than him.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
I remember having that moment when I must have been, late 20s or whatever, and realizing that I was older than all the NFL players was like weird to me. I was like, oh my God. I was watching NFL and I'm still a child, or they still seem like these
Yeah.
tough men. And I'm like, wait a second.
Isn't that crazy?
I'll never forget that moment for some reason. Yep, older than Newhart.
I had a weird. Yesterday, a woman called to add a car to her insurance policy. Just like a normal sounding woman, and she's like, and you have to give the VIN number. That's how we add it in there. So she's like, Bravo, Charlie, Tango. And I was like, man, this is exciting. Like I'm taking like a secret mission or something. I'm getting ready to go on a military mission. So I wrote it all down. And then when she finished, I was laughing. And she's like, what's so funny? I said, well, I'm just going to read it back to you like in a normal, I'm just going to say the letters, okay? And she said, okay. So then I had to send her an ID card. And I just said, sorry I laughed, but it was nice to get here at 8:30 and have the excitement of being sent on a mission. I was all like, it was fun. That got me going. And she said back when she first started dating her husband, it was like a long distance relationship. So he would call her and say like, Charlie, Tango, Beaver, whatever. And she'd say, slow down, slow down. He goes, slow down what? She goes, I can't write the words that fast. He goes, no, I'm not telling you words. Just write the first letter down. So she said she was trying to write down Tango, Beaver, Charlie, all this stuff. And I told her, I said, it's just cool to hear you talking that way. And she goes, yeah, I've been listening to him for a long time, and it's still cool every time he talks like that.
So they got a word for every letter in the alphabet?
I guess, yeah, just so they know. But the way she was barking them out at me too. Tango,
well, you make up your
Charlie.
own word.
You can make up your own.
Oh yeah.
Well, a lot of people do that. They'll be like, like we'll have just people calling, they make up. But this one like knew.
There is a
The military
Yeah,
version.
she was like barking them out at me.
Gotcha. I wonder how many we guess right. About half of them. No.
But when you're writing it down, it is sort of hard not to write the word. And one of them was, she said X-ray. And so I'm right, no, she'd say Tango Charlie, I'd write TC. When she said X-ray, I actually wrote X-ray down. And then I had to mark it out real quick while she was going, like, no, I don't write down X-ray. That's, not in there.
A is Alpha.
Yeah.
B is
Bravo.
Bravo.
Charlie.
Charlie.
Delta.
Delta. E.
Some of them I think.
Ellie Mae.
Ellie Mae.
Ellie Mae Clamp.
For all of them.
Huh?
Yeah.
What if there's something for all of them? Because like I think it's
Foxtrot.
Yeah.
It's F. But see, you know,
Good. That's good. Way to go. You got that one right.
F could also sound like S over a radio or something.
Mm-hmm.
E is pretty.
Foxtrot.
E is pretty. I don't know if there's one for E. Elephant.
Elephant.
Eagle.
Eagle. Eagle. It's got to be Eagle. Ding, ding, ding.
What would G be?
G is.
We've got off on a tangent. You can go get a drink now while we try to figure all this out.
H is hotel.
It is?
Yep.
For sure?
Yep.
Is that where the Wilco album Foxtrot Hotel
It
comes
is.
from?
Ah.
I never knew
Oh. I'm going to ask Percy real quick.
that. I never knew that.
What do you call those?
Military dictionary, military alphabet or something? I don't know.
Yeah. Military
What is the military word shorthand for each letter of the alphabet?
There you go.
All right, the clock is ticking on G, if anybody has a guess.
G, Guardian,
Gecko, Guardian.
General.
Glucose.
Glucose. Golf.
Golf.
Golf. All right, just for those that are curious. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo,
Echo.
Echo, Foxtrot, Golf, Hotel, India, Juliet, Kilo, Lima, Mike, November, Oscar, Papa, Quebec, Romeo, Sierra, Tango, Uniform, Victor, Whiskey, yeah, X-Ray, Yankee, and Zulu.
Oh, man. How long has that been around? Does it say like when that was in?
No, I don't know. Percy can't do follow-up questions. I'd have to rephrase it.
Can't believe it was Zulu and not zebra.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, zebra.
Very disappointed.
Eagle. I guess Echo.
Echo.
Yeah.
What if you have two E's in a row? You'd say echo, echo.
Look at that. Okay, stop playing around there.
All right.
We heard you the first time. No, I'm serious. Echo, echo, stop.
Yeah.
Come on, what is it?
Funny fact. Come on, it's not funny.
I need it. Come on, Ned. What do you tell me what you want, Ned? No need. We need supplies.
See, he's
Ned
right.
keeps calling in here. Echo, echo.
Yeah.
No, do you know Morse code at all?
Mm-mm.
What is help? That's what.
Morse code would be such a. I feel like we should all learn it just in case.
Like CPR.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Catherine just got CPR training
That's
because
good.
we've been babysitting. She wanted to know just to be sure we had all bases covered.
He's having a heart attack. Does anybody know CPR? I do. You do that on Morse code for help. Use your phone, idiot. Use your phone.
You're like spelling out 9-1.
Echo, echo. Stop, stop.
Right. He's using the military words. He's spelling out for each letter. I'm like, I just don't think you're doing any of that right.
No, what's SOS? That's God. We should know that. It's
Yep, I think that's it.
Isn't that what it is? It's in movies all the time.
I don't think you're doing it right though,
There's some longs,
because you have to do
short,
longs.
Short longs.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna guess this. It's short, short, long, short, long, short, 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 long. That's my guess.
Man.
All right, here we go. All right, so while I'm looking this up, someone explain pig Latin.
Ixbay two.
Do you remember how to
My
do
mom can still
Explain
talk
it
it.
in Pig Latin.
My mom, we asked her about it like 2 years ago. She said a couple of sentences in it.
I don't know it.
Did you grow up with that?
No, I heard it, but I don't know anything about it.
I feel like your generation created it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up with that?
There's one before me.
Mm-hmm.
Where did it come from? Where did Pig Latin come from? Was it like a code language during
I
a
think
war or
probably.
something?
Feels more like a kid's game based on those kinds of thoughts.
Yeah, it's not really hard to crack that code, I guess. Wouldn't be very secret. Be like, I can tell what you're saying. It just sounds kind of messed up.
Oh, it's just 3 short, 3 long, 3 short.
It's like, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. So- yeah. Okay.
So
We should write that song.
SOS.
Sending out the SOS.
Could do that. It's a good rhythm.
Now, if you want to speak Morse code, you use dit and da. Dit, 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 da, da, da.
Da da. What's that song?
Dit, dit, dit.
What is that song? Do do da.
So, Pig Latin, according to Heather, is move the first letter to the last, then add A, I think. So, Kyle would be ILK.
Okay.
Steve would be Teves say.
That sounds like a god or something.
Nathan would be Athan Nay.
Can't even.
It's hard to do that on the fly, though.
And you'd be Alex.
No. I'd be
Alexa.
X-lay.
Yeah.
X-lay.
But it scratches my brain too much.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard some people call you that before. They say, "There's my X-lay over there."
Oh, hey, ba-dum.
Man, we should do a whole show in Pig Latin. We'd have to practice all week.
Boy, that would be so hard. There would be like 5 minutes between each word of a sentence. It's like,
Now, was Morse code ever used on the land, or was it always just at sea? I guess
no,
they
that
used
was
it
on land.
during the Civil War, and they used it. And how the North would cut the lines and stuff, so the South couldn't send lines, and Lincoln would have his people putting up new lines, so they take over the territory and run lines.
so
they
there
could
were
send them.
lines then, huh?
Yeah,
The telegraph.
yeah.
Would
They
be-
would-
and then somebody would be transcribing it on the other end as they
Yeah.
heard it coming in.
So I think the North would cut all the lines down until they got that land, and they'd wire them all back up.
That's when they're like, oh,
God, is that true? Were there lines?
Yeah.
and then they jump up.
Because I remember the telegraph was really important during the Civil War.
During the Civil War?
'Cause I think it was sort of new then, and they used
Well,
it.
wasn't
the North
electricity way after that?
Used it. No, I don't know.
Well, we are a show of knowledge, so we definitely know this.
Do you know, Dad?
What's that?
I feel like electricity was after the Civil War.
No, there was electricity.
There was?
Yeah.
During the Civil War?
But it was localized. It wasn't anything like it is today. I mean, you had to have a power source, and but they were. I think it was in the early 1820s that electricity came along.
And maybe,
my goodness.
and maybe Morse code just went a short distance. You had to have people at every post or something. Maybe it didn't go.
Well, you had
from-
to have the lines up before you could
Yeah.
transmit anything. So.
Yeah.
But the lines weren't common. They were, like there was one big line.
Right.
I just asked Percy, when did electricity become a thing?
Around the same time as Pig Latin. Yeah, I've read something about the Civil War was the first use of that type of technology.
Was Morse code used in the Civil War? was invented before the Civil War, developed by Samuel Morse in the 1830s and 1840s, and first successfully demonstrated in 1844. By the time of the American Civil War, Morse code and the telegraph had become essential tools of military communication. Telegraph lines, both the Union and Confederate armies used telegraph networks to send rapid battlefield reports, orders, and intelligence between generals. Boy, that would be a whole interesting movie in and of itself. Just like, because what was that? What did that look like? The running telegraph lines or whatever?
I got a fun fact about telegraphs. In 1844, the first long-distance message using Morse code was, quote, "What hath God wrought?" unquote.
That was the first telegraph message?
The first long-distance Morse code ever sent. And it went from Washington, D.C. to Baltimore, Maryland.
Interesting. What do you think they meant by that? That sounds like Oppenheimer after watching the first test of the nuclear bomb.
Right.
They're like, what have we done? What have we done? See,
Well,
like, even something as simple as that scared everybody to death.
Well, guys, as soon as you said that, I thought of Trump after the elections. He said, "Now it's begun," or "Now it's started." What did he say? Something like that.
I don't know.
One of his tweets was like, "And now it's begun."
What
That's-
hath
I was like,
God
yeah.
wrought?
Oh my God.
That's very interesting stuff.
Well, one of the first presidents that had electricity in the White House, I read that he would make. They thought if you touched the light switch, you're gonna get electrocuted. So he had people that worked in the White House would have to come in and turn the light switches on for him because they were afraid to touch them. Like, I'm not getting shot.
That
you
makes
do it.
sense.
All right, I got more about this fun fact if y'all want to hear it.
Yeah. What has God wrought?
What hath God wrought? So it was sent from the U.S. Capitol in D.C. to Alfred Vale at a railroad station in Baltimore, Maryland, 40 miles away. It was kind of like a test. It was like going to be the first one. Okay, here's the first one. Let's do it. What's it going to be? The phrase comes from the Bible, Numbers 23, verse 23. It was chosen by Annie Ellsworth, the daughter of a U.S. Patent Office official, as as a fitting message for such a historic moment.
Wow.
Weird.
Oh, that's cool to know that a woman picked out what was going to be the very first telegraph message.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's cool.
And apparently these questions do go hand in hand, because I asked when electricity became a thing, and really one of the first things was Samuel Morse and the telegraph. It's like one of the first uses of electricity. But electricity didn't really become common to people until the 1900s, when all that, which is just crazy to think about. But electricity became a thing, as in something people could use and depend on, roughly between 1880 and 1920, depending on where you lived.
Look at us
That's
talking
just-
about all this stuff we know about.
It's so weird to think. I mean, I still don't understand how a message goes to a phone line. That makes no sense. How does it go from my phone to your phone with no? At least you can sort of understand. It goes to that line right there. Look, you dumb kid, that line right there. That's how it gets there. Like, oh, okay. Now it's like, look.
But even that,
Oh, that's hard. I can't totally. It blows my mind.
yeah, that your voice is traveling along that wire and coming out the other end. Let's just stop it. It's just,
What
hath God wrought?
Do you remember what your phone looked like when you were growing up? Was it like on the wall, or was it on the thing, or
We've had both.
did you have to call an operator to get through, or you could just dial?
Not unless you wanted to call long distance. We had We had our tuxedo numbers all we could.
You had a
give
long
out.
distance operator when you were growing up,
Did I have one?
or you had to call one to call long distance?
Sure.
There was like the call locally in Stanton. Was it like 4 digits or what? Do you remember? It was.
It was like 886-2204.
Oh, it was sort of the same.
Mm-hmm.
So what was? I mean, I've heard that term, your tuxedo number. What does that mean?
Tuxedo, if you look at the numbers on the phone, it's TUX, which is 886.
Oh.
Oh, look at that.
So we were Stanton as a tuxedo people.
So why
Tuxedo
didn't they just put 886?
That's just the one we were assigned. Every city had its own number there.
The prefix.
The 886 was Stanton.
But why did they put TUX instead of 886?
Well, because some people can remember tuxedo better than they can 886. It's just that they had that on the phone, so you could read. Some people read letters, some people read numbers. People are weird that way.
Wow.
You know, I know in your family y'all didn't do letters, y'all all were binary.
Grunts
You
and-
only did 0 and 1.
Grunts and moans.
What was
Yes.
Nan and Granddad's phone number?
885-1426.
Gosh, you both got it.
Your old number in Swope.
I'm not sure.
377
337-2610.
091.
337-7091.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Y'all can make me forget my current phone number if you keep repeating those.
You don't remember mine over on Baldwin, do you? You probably didn't even call that very much.
No.
Mom's house. 886-6126. I just love how these numbers are up. Like, how do I still remember those? I have no idea how this movie's gonna end.
Exactly. Yeah.
Where our brains don't even remember our friends' numbers anymore. We used to have a whole Rolodex in our heads, and now I have to once a year be sure I still remember Catherine's number just to make sure I got it, just in case of emergency or something.
Oh my gosh.
I know Corey's.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I would memorize Grayson's or Lucy's, honestly.
Mm.
I know.
I've thought about that before too. Like, what if I was, at something, I got lost in the woods, something, lost my phone, somebody found me and said, "Who can we call?" I'd be like, "I don't know. I don't know any phone numbers.
Right.
I don't know. Go look them up. I don't know."
Do you know Stephanie's?
I had no clue. God, that's terrible.
But I can remember the numbers from my childhood.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I can
We're
too.
sitting here doing
Yeah, it's so funny.
588-8866. That was my number forever
Mhm.
growing up.
Yeah, I remember just like 2 or 3 phone numbers. My parents. 886-4702.
That's from growing up.
Well, she has the same. I don't even know if she has a line there anymore. I think she does.
Do you still have a landline, Steve?
No.
Did I tell you what I
I
was
can't
paying?
remember the last time I saw a landline.
Did I tell you I was paying for a landline ever since I've been in Stanton, and I didn't know it? I don't ever look at the phone bill, but when I first came down here, I worked for an insurance company, but I worked at home. So they moved me down here and I had to have a landline because they could just transfer a call from New Jersey right to my phone. And it was all done through the landlines. So when they fired me, they just said, "Keep all this shit. We don't want your computer, your phone, or anything back." I didn't even think about it. I never canceled the line. So I just have been paying for like 8 years for this. Stephanie was looking at it. She's like, "What's this number?" I was like, "I don't have any idea." She goes, "You have like a phone number to the house."
Oh, you still have it?
Yeah, well,
And it never rang because the only reason you were using it
yeah, and
they fired you. So
and I unplugged the phone and gave that away or something.
Oh, okay.
So she's like, "Well, you got a phone number here." And I was like, "I have no clue what it is." And then I was like, "Oh, God, it's probably the old work line." And she goes, "We've been paying for it for 8 years."
I guess you can. You can still get them, right?
Yeah. Like we have them at work, but people call and transfer. You got to pick up the old phone. Sometimes, like if I have to make a personal call at work, but I don't want to know I'm on the phone, I use the old, like somebody comes in the office, like yes, and the VIN number is Charlie Bravo. Oh, they're gone. I'll tell you what I was going to tell you. We had a customer that their coverage had been canceled because their bank something was going on with their bank. They couldn't get the money transferred to the payment. So somebody said, you got to bring us $3,000 cash. If you give it to us, we'll pay it out of our account. You got to be here by 5 o'clock. All right. So the person that planned all this with them left and said, if they get here, you got to do all this stuff. So the receptionist comes back and says, all right, I got all the money, $3,000. You got to call this. You got to call by 5 o'clock. You got like 10 minutes. So I dial the phone and I get a busy signal. I'm like, And usually like a big insurance company, you don't get a busy signal. You know, you're always, somebody's going to answer. So I hang up, I dial again, it's busy. I was like, oh my God. So I go online, look, see if find another phone number, call them, pick it up, dial, it's busy. Like, oh my God, their policies, they're going to not have coverage. I searched. So I go up to the front, I'm like, man, the phone won't work. I don't know what I'm doing. She goes, oh, I didn't tell you, your phone's not working today. I was like, why'd you come back there and tell me to do all this stuff and you don't tell me my phone's not working?
Your phone wasn't working in such a way that it just got a busy signal?
Yeah, but just I think it was actually, she said if you go back there and listen, as soon as you pick it up, it goes to a busy signal. But I wasn't putting it to my ear until I typed the number in, then I'd put it up, boom, 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 and hang up. Old landlines.
Yeah. Sort of miss the old landlines.
Yeah, I do too. With the long cord, you could walk around. Remember the long cord was like the best thing we ever invented, I thought. Mm-hmm. Used to be, you had to stand in the kitchen, and then when you got the long cord, you go, hold on, I go into the living room.
I just had a visceral memory of a little nervous thing I'd do where I'd wrap it around my finger and then unwrap it as I was talking to people. Just over and over again, that little spiral around my finger. I just felt it as you were telling that story. That is trippy. Well, dang, we're out of time. Shall we talk about something interesting real quick? Or
no use to change up things now. We've gone this long.
Get on something really good as we're about to go off the air.
Is what's his face watching? Best foot forward. What's his name?
Who's that?
That guy, what is the guy in there? I can't remember. Best foot forward or 1 foot in front of the other. What is that guy's name?
What?
There's some guy that watches.
Oh, Funky Foot First.
Funky Foot First, yeah, God.
I don't see him in there.
Oh my God! I dedicated this show to you, you big loser.
Well, it's good to be back in the saddle with these guys, riding the open range again. It's good to see everybody out there. Heather says, I long for the days when my phone was attached to a wall in my house and not my ass. Right? It is. I mean, when you think about it, it's just. I feel like we talked about this recently, or somebody did, but that, like the just how we lived before cell phones. It's like it's, you know, how we got to where we were going. We had to use maps. If we were running late, there's no way to let anybody know. No. There's this
car broke down. You just stood there and hoped a good Samaritan would pull up and not kill you and help you.
Yeah. It's so funny how different that all is. All right, leaving song. What should it be? Any other requests there?
No.
You have a song about a letter?
About what?
A letter? Like a handwritten letter?
A handwritten letter.
Seems like something you might have written a song about.
I just noticed I'm losing that feeling. You're fading from my arms. I've quit talking a little like you. Can't find that charm you gave me. Time, girl, you gave me love, girl, then had to go first time in a long while I didn't want it to. You reminded me I had forgotten me. There I was suddenly, and all the sad ones, the memories, the bad ones, were all ancient history. You gave me time, girl. You gave me love, girl. Then had to go first time in a long while I didn't want it to. When I got your letter, I ran to the river and just held it a while. When I opened it, it was all blank paper. How do I reply? You gave me time, girl. You gave me love, girl. Then had to go first time in a long while I didn't want it to. I never would have thought of that song in a million years if you hadn't said,
Grief.
asked if I had a song about a letter.
Wow.
That's called The Letter. I haven't sung that in years.
Wow,
Thank you all so much out there. Appreciate you. It's good to be back with you. We'll see you next time.
Love you.
Jabber John signing off. E-way, oval, A, ooh,
Goodbye, gang. Goodbye, gang.
That's We Love You. No,
God, y'all are good at figuring that stuff out.
it does hurt the brain though. I feel like I ate ice cream too fast or something. I wanted to do my 2 songs tonight through